This is my world of the muzzle loaders. This is a Pedersoli and 50 caliber, and apparently it's made about mid-80s or so, because it's a Alamo recognition, I guess. And I felt it was kind of off to me, because it's got a big image of the Alamo here, and it's got a star in 1836 on here. And one of our other members, a couple meetings back, brought in a commemorative, similar kind of recognition of a handgun, a very beautiful piece. And until he brought his in, I thought this was not what I really wanted, but I kind of become accustomed to the notion that you could have a replica firearm that also is a commemorative of the Alamo, and this company makes the same patchbox detail without the picture on it. It's their mass production.
I brought 2 Vietnam capture bring back. Remington ran 1911 that started out as a lend-lease to the Chinese that when we were no longer friendly with them, they kept it and ran out of 45. Then they converted it to 7.62 by 25, and they cut off the barrel, bugger with the chamber. With the exit port, they welded up and redo that. This one, they opened up the frame a little bit for the slide to take the Tokarev magazine. I've seen them where they've smashed them a little bit. And I've seen another one where at our gun show they welded strips on both sides on the Tokarev so it fit in it. They don't work worth a shit, but it's there. With the capture papers on that, the guy who signed that in Nam turned into Bush's Air Force Chief of Staff. And his dad was the 7th Air Force Chief of Staff. I thought that was kind of interesting. This SKS was a Vietnam, probably a tunnel rat or a cave capture. And it was a local area fella that got it, and then he was in the reserves out to the base here, and a friend of mine ended up getting it from him, and I'm the 3rd owner of it since its capture. And this has got all the capture papers and literature with it, so I thought it was neat.
The barrel quality of the capture gun, is it pretty good?
Is the what?
How the quality of the barrel, is it rusty or?
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, you can shoot it. And then I've got it's all Remington ran. There's a few of these out there. There's an article about them, several articles. This is a through and through Remington ran. And then I've got another Remington ran upper that I slapped on and shoot 45 in it. So.
Is that a Chinese SKS?
I believe so. It says so.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about them other than the only reason I got it is because it's got the capture papers.
Right.
So.
And on the pistol, what was the rank of that officer when he signed that paper? Was he a
I think he was a captain.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a guy in Lakewood who got it, and he was in the 18th Aviation. McPherson, Thomas E. McPherson is who captured it.
Okay.
So it's kind of neat.
I brought in a captured PP, Walther PP. You've all seen them. This particular one was made in probably mid-1942. And it's all matching. It has the Waffen inspection stamps on it, and it's actually in pretty good shape. And let's see, also the holster, which came with it, and actually it came with this magazine, which I used the flat bottom because that's the correct magazine for it when it was captured. And then also another Walther with the peaky extension. This holster came with it as well, and this is correct for this pistol. So it turns out that because it is a military and not a police, PP was a police pistol, is where the PP came from. And because it's military marked with the military inspection stamps and acceptance stamps, then we know it's a military. So it said that this pistol, well, the PPs were issued to plain ones like this, were generally issued to Panzer folks, to Luftwaffe, particularly with the brown holster, although also Army officers as well. By the way, I have the capture papers for it too. I didn't bring them in.
This is a bring back that my dad brought back. He was on a heavy cruiser in the Pacific, and he was on a flagship. He had an admiral on board, and my dad was a petty officer first class at the end of the war, and when MacArthur took peace or had the Japanese in Tokyo Bay, the ship my dad was on was up in northern Honshu. The Imperial Japanese 5th Fleet was stationed. They took, the Japanese surrendered there. And so the officers got all the Nambus and the samurai swords, and so my dad was a non-com, and so he ended up getting, when they raided the arsenals, he got this last ditch Type 99 Arisaka rifle, and it is about as last ditch as you can get. I mean, they didn't even drill the hole for the ramrod. You know, it didn't even have a ramrod in it. But anyway, my dad brought this back, and there's no capture papers because he just took it out. He just walked out with it. So, but anyway, so this is his bring back, and we've had it in the family since, you know, September 9th, 1945.
Right. The first, very similar to Craig's, also a last ditch Type 99. This one is even more last ditch with no anti-aircraft sights, just the most basic peep sight you could possibly get. The bomb's intact, all of that, but the thing that really attracted me to this is on this side. You won't be able to see it unless you're in the front row. The sailor that captured this, or more likely traded for it, he carved his name into the stock right here. So in big letters it says G.E. Slaughter, and then some kanji Japanese characters that we still haven't been able to translate what exactly it is. Whether he was trying to copy his name from a translation book, or I don't know, I can't find a translation. Name was Grady Eugene Slaughter from Kerrville, Texas. He was on the USS Tulagi escort carrier. Saw service in the Philippines, Iwo Jima, Okinawa. So you could have gotten that from any of those places. As Craig said, there's no hole for the ramrod.
Cleaning rod.
Yeah. The front sight, very, very basic, very squared off. Rear sight, horrible. Bolt, very simplistic. The safety is essentially gone. Doesn't even have the Type 99 carved into the front. Barely has a serial number. Wood, butt plate, all of that.
Good example.
And then this is a French Mas 36. It also, I later found out, has a name carved into the stock back here. A lot less clear. As far as we can tell, it's Lieutenant Cron something. Can't figure that out.
Cronky.
It's a beautiful Mas 36 with the bayonet included. The very weird front curving bolt. It's actually very ergonomic if you've ever tried it. But the thing about this, and the reason why I bring it, is because we got it 6 or 7 years ago from someone, some people in this room might know, Don Sacamano at a Tanner show. And he said that he himself bought it from the original, well, I guess not the original owner. It was a World War II vet, a GI. And so Don recounted the whole story, at least as he heard it, or maybe he made it up, I don't know. But the vet was part of Operation Dragoon in the south of France, August 44. And according to him, he shot an SS officer in Marseille that was carrying this and brought it back with him. But I thought it was a little bit weird that an SS officer would have a Mas 36. So I inquired, and Don said, oh yeah, he was talking about that too. He said it was kind of weird, but he knew it was SS because he had a different helmet than most of the German soldiers wore, and a different uniform, and everything about him was different, so he had to be SS. And based on Don's explanation, I think it was actually a French soldier. Hopefully the GI vet never knew that himself. Yeah, I figured that the soldier that the veteran was describing to Don was probably either a milice, the Vichy French police, or possibly, hopefully not, but possibly a French soldier that landed with the Allies in Germany, that managed to get this out of France, or maybe out of North Africa before the landing.